Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today's pandemic projects comes to us from a viewer, Paul. And Paul sent me a couple of D.A.M quick reels and a couple of older spin fishers, the greenies. And he's asked me to do a couple of things. This one is the D.A.M quick 440. His first point is that he has a problem with the bail. And it's not that it doesn't set, but there's a point where it becomes this. And the reason for that is that there's a catch on the back here that should be square and it's worn off. And there's also a kind of a ding sort of a thing where it's pushed back. So that broken part probably can't be replaced. I may try to just kind of file it a little bit, but without another bail arm, that's almost impossible to correct. So we'll see what we can do there. It may just be where it has to be lived with at this point, or if we can get another bail arm, we can certainly go about trying to replace that. The second thing he'd like me to do is to change this from a right-handed drive, if you will, to where you can crank it with the left. You can do that on these reels, so we'll do it. He had asked me to do an extensive cleaning on this one, so we'll go into that as well. And he had also asked me to replace the the drag washers on this spool. He gave me a series of spools and a couple of drag washers, and I think if I go through here I may find a couple more drag washers. He gave me 4 or 5 spools to do this with, and I thought that's what we would start with today as a pandemic project. We'll show you how to change out the drag washers in a D.A.M Deutsche manufacturer, Angler manufacturer. It's kind of like fishing manufacturer, D.A.M German fishing reel. So you're going to take your top drag button off, and you're going to push through the pinion gear, and you can remove the little click mechanism. It's always good to put those right back together. And that little click mechanism is what's going to tell you you're in reverse. So that's the bottom end of the spool. Just keep those pieces together. If you wanted to go one step further just to keep yourself sane, you could go put the button back on there. But I use a parch tray, and I recommend that you do that as well. I also use a protective glove here. So the interesting thing with this is how in the world are those things held in? It almost looks like they're pressed in. And the truth of the matter is there's a star clamp that goes around here that's holding that in, and you need to pull that out. So you'll notice that there's little cavities along the way here, and it's actually a spring clip. And what you want to do is you want to put a screwdriver in and gently pry it up. That will remove that spring clip, and that will enable you to go ahead and service the drag washers underneath that. Now notice that it's concave. It's not a flat clip. And that when you took it off, it's sitting with the points going up. It's very important when you go to reinstall that to notice that. Okay, then we should just be able to pull washers out of there. Here's your drag stack. And I can see what the some of the problems are here. We have a broken washer below here. And we have kind of a gritty, dirty channel like sand in there. So let's go ahead and clean that channel out. I'm going to use a Q-tip to do that. And then he's lucky. I have a box of parts here for the D.A.M reels. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to find that replacement washer there. So I've cleaned out, I'm just going to use my finger now to make sure. I cleaned out the grit. I'm just going to, there's a couple of little deposits on the bottom on the flow through where the water would go out the drag washers. I'm just going to put that there. Let me grab my box of parts here, see if we have a washer that's the right washer for that. These have been collected over time from various D.A.M reels. Just trying to find the right one. Oh, it's too big. Yep, I think we got it on the bottom of this one maybe. If you search long enough, you will find it. There it is. Okay. So we will reinstall this for you. Now notice that I've kept this upside down, but notice that I wanted to make sure that I had the sequence here in terms of the drag stack. Now Paul also did send in some replacement washers, so let's take advantage of them to put the new ones in. So the first one in is that broken washer. Then it has a metal washer that sits. Here's the first of those fabric washers. And these are the wrong size. So let's go back to my magic box. See if I can find the smaller ones. That's the wrong diameter. I probably should do a better job with parts organization, but this is about as good as I get in terms of the washers. Yeah. So I don't think we have any that are going to match that set there. So what we're going to do here is, the other ones look like they're in pretty good shape. I think the fault is in that broken piece. These seem to be okay. So let's go ahead and install that one. We should definitely get better traction off of that. Now we're going to put our keyed washer in. Again, I'm just checking, but there's no cracks. This is almost like a electronic circuit board kind of material. It's a hard washer. Put that in, put our top washer in. Just go back with poles. Now hopefully we find a reel where those are the right washers. And I'm going to go check. I have another set of these parts as well. And then we're going to put that clip back in. So remember what we said, those points are up. You just kind of start in one side, hold it down, it is a spring clip, and just kind of work your way around in terms of pressing those little tabs in till eventually you get it to seat. And that's it. That's how you do it. So again, we'll just review quickly. You've got a series of these ridges in between some spokes. You want to grab a screwdriver and gently pry up onto one side, holding your finger while you do that. You don't want this clip to fly. And then when it's out, you just follow the sequence. In this case, we had to replace a broken washer on the bottom of it. I was fortunate enough to have that part. But if you don't have that part, then you're probably going to have to order or substitute. But that's the one that's going to keep this spool running, because that piece is the one that's the flat one that the first fabric washer is going to run on. Okay, then we can just kind of work this through the offsets. You want to make sure that your set is there. You want to make sure that your click is working. You come on back up top and reassemble the mechanism from the top. And there you go. One D.A.M. quick spool. Okay. I'm going to stop it there. I think we'll post these as two separate videos. We'll come back and we'll do this one. I'm going to search for a bail. I don't think I have that bail, but we'll search for that bail and see if we can't find a way around that.